Amazing. All right, coming up next, we have the Mario Kart block, and that will be following a brief interview with our Grandmasters of Tetris, who I believe are in position. Before we go to that, we're going to have a brief message from our sponsors.
Making church for charity, long hours in the warehouse, spreading the love and helping out, spreading the love and helping out, screen printed, let's make those tees, they're so beautiful and so comfortable.
All righty. Coming up shortly, we have an interview with our Grandmasters of Tetris. Just have a few donations here. $200 from P. Wolf. First GDQ completely enthralled by the speedrunners this week. Glad to donate to a good cause. $150.01 from Nerd Jesus. 700K hype. Let's make a whole new world. $150 from Willie B182. This was my favorite game as a kid alongside all those old Final Fantasy games. Thanks for bringing back the great memories. $100 anonymous donation. Great runs as always. Thanks for the amazing event. Tacos are delicious. I agree. $150 from Loke218. And it says this SGDQ is probably the best ever. Chrono Trigger and Earthbound. Donation to Runner's Choice. All right. It's time for our interview. Take it away.
Yeah.
Aperture, you look amazing.
Nice. He worked at Microsoft back in the future so bright you got to wear shades days.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hello, Summer Games done quick. I am here with this wonderful, extremely snuggly missing note, one of the many amazing prizes you can win this GDQ. So after that absolutely incredible Chrono Trigger run, here we are with another interview. Here I have the Tetris the Grandmaster crew, or at least a few of us. We can't fit all of us on this stage because of how many there are this time around. So we have the original, like the king of the crew, Kevin DDR, his right-hand man, the Seattle Boys, Aperture Grills, the queen of Rev Mode, the only Western Rev Mode Grandmaster, Enchantress of Numbers, and Mix Kai 3, who got GM in literally 2 months from starting playing. So, pals, how you feeling tonight?
Well, just
Pretty
for comparison, by the way, it took me, I think, over a year to get my first GM from when I started playing, so that is some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Same.
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
Great.
Yeah. Feeling nervous.
Coming up in about 2 hours, give or take, the TGM crew is going to take the stage, and we are going to give you an 8-way Tetris the Grandmaster 1 race that is twice as big as anything else that has ever happened at a GDQ. It's going to be amazing, and the tech people already hate us. So,
I think they hated us as soon as they saw we were submitting, so.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I sent an email to Test Runner, and I was like, I'm so sorry in advance. Like, just please forgive me. So
all week long, we have been like grinding in the practice room to get ready for this. So how are all of you feeling with TGM1 for the solo race?
Pretty good.
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I mean, Aperture Grills demolished his personal best by over 10 seconds.
Yeah, so did EI Hoppy.
Yeah, EI Hoppy also did. Everyone else has been putting up solid times. I think it could really go pretty much any way. So.
Yeah, I think at this point, most of us have PB'd in the practice room, right?
Yep.
Except me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still
well,
haven't gotten my second GM.
true.
Soon.
So, in addition to that, thanks to your generous donations to meet the incentive, Enchantress of Numbers here is going to do an attempt at Rev mode in which the Tetris well is flipped 180 degrees. Now, as I said, Eon is the only person outside of Japan to have ever gotten Grandmaster rank in Rev mode. Eon, I know you have been practicing so much for this. How are you feeling? Are you nervous? Excited?
Yes, I'm both. I did get a 17-second PB in Rev mode today, so I'm feeling really good, but nervous as always.
Of course. So what kind of like new stuff does Rev mode bring to the field? You know, besides obviously flipping things, it must be like a whole new kind of mental game for Tetris.
Yeah, it really is. It's like the closest thing I can think of to actually like relearning the game from scratch. So I don't know. It's just messes with your head so much.
Yeah, it messes with your head to watch it. It's really crazy. It's going to be really exciting. So in addition to those two things, we are going to be doing Tetris the Grandmaster, 2 players, 1 controller. We actually have both of our teams here. It will be me and Mix Kai versus Kevin and Aperture. So Kevin and Aperture, we'll start with you. I want to hear about y'all's TGM1 2P1C strategy. How are you going about stacking? How are you communicating?
Well, to start off, so what that means is that Kevin's left hand is using the joystick to move the pieces left and right and drop them, and I'm rotating the pieces. So since using the joystick kind of has more control over what placements you're trying to pick, I generally cede to what he wants to do.
It basically devolves into me yelling
And
A,
pointing.
B, C, left, right,
Yeah.
and pointing at places
Right.
on the screen.
Like, flip
So.
it over. Clear, 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 no, clear.
But kind of the nice part about that is that because it really does show that with TGM1, it's like you do actually have a lot of time to make every decision. So it's not
Especially-
quite as impossible as people might think.
Yeah, the biggest problem is when you start to have mistakes and then you need to clean it up. That tends to require fancier moves, and fancier moves are really difficult to coordinate when it's 2 people instead of just 2 hands. So.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Me and Kai actually have the same strategy where Kai on the stick is just telling me what to do.
Yep.
And I think, honestly, that's the best way of going about it.
And sometimes I
Excuse
just
me.
like wave my arms in panic and like yell, no.
Yeah, when Kai doesn't, when I don't understand what Kai is trying to tell me, I just start slamming buttons and panicking.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's-
and when it goes wrong, it goes very wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
so.
you really hit the nail on the head. When you make a mistake in 2P1C, because the stack isn't clean anymore, it's not really apparent where pieces should go.
Yeah.
It becomes a lot harder. So 2P1C is a game of consistency and of communication and of a lot of praying, I think.
Yes, lots of that.
Hopefully that will be pretty fun. So along with all of that, Tetris the Grandmaster 1 action. Unfortunately, we're not bringing TGM2 back this year, but Kevin is going to be doing an amazing showcase of 3 ways to play Tetris the Grandmaster 3 Terror Instinct. And let me tell you, it lives up to its name. So Kevin,
Yeah.
I already know the answer to this question, but how are you feeling?
Well, I did spend about 30 minutes in my hotel room throwing up before the run, so I'm a
There
little
we go.
nervous to say the least. But I will say there's historical precedent for this.
Yeah.
The last two times that Culex came here, he also threw up before his run and did better than anyone else has ever done in death mode at the marathon.
Well,
so,
there you have it.
I think it'll be okay, is what I'm trying to say. But yes, I'm feeling good. I'm excited to show it off.
So the main showcase for TGM3 is TGM3's Shirase mode, which is the fastest, most brutal mode in the series. It is a 1300 level onslaught, starting at speeds equivalent to Death Mode's 300, which is really fast. So you've done this before at GDQ. This is your 3rd shot at getting that game clear live.
Yeah.
So I know you've been practicing. So what's going through your head as you're getting ready for this run?
It's basically just falling asleep until level about 1150, and then at level 1150, setting up the stack in a nice way so that at 1200 I can just kind of go into zombie mode and slam pieces down to the right. Because at about 1200, the game speed increases so much that one single misdrop pretty much just results in immediate death. So it's not impossibly fast, but one mistake will almost certainly end your game. So it's really just a matter of making yourself comfortable up to that point, so that when you get there, you just have to survive without making a mistake for like 20 seconds. So.
And in addition to that, Kevin is also going to be doing an attempt at Shirase without using hold. Now, for those of you who don't know, Tetris the Grandmaster 3 is the only game in the series to have a hold function where you can keep a piece in hold and then call it out when you need it instead of the piece that you've drawn. So, Kevin, what does no hold bring to the table for this run?
No hold is super hard because hold effectively means that you have a choice between two pieces at any time while playing instead of one. And that, without going into too much technical junk, that makes the problem of deciding where to put a piece vastly easier. I mean, it's not even comparable at all.
Yeah, you can get yourself out of so much stuff.
That's why they made TGM3 so much faster, was an attempt to compensate for that. And without hold, I mean, the game is not unplayable because you still have the 3-piece previews and the extra eyepiece floor kicks, so that stacking and moving the eyepiece to the right to clear Tetrises is still easier than it is in TGM 1 and 2. But without hold, you have to think a lot more, and if you have to think a lot more, obviously it's harder to play much faster. It's kind of like I'd say it's like about 3/4 of the way down the expanding brain meme. You know, TGM 1 is definitely at the mind-blown level, so.
Well, there you have it. So, as I said, we'll be seeing TGM1 in an 8-way race as 2 players, 1 controller, and a solo rev mode run from Enchantress of Numbers. Then in TGM3, we will be seeing Kevin do Shirase no hold, and a run of TGM3's Master Mode. And all of this is going to be happening in just a couple hours. So definitely look forward to that. All of us are about to go run back to the private practice room and cram in as many runs as we can before things get started. So we're going to go now. Enjoy this wonderful Mario Kart block that is coming up. I'm Proto Magical Girl, here with Kevin DDR, Aperture Girls, Enchantress of Number, and Mixkai3, and we will see you later.
All right, guys, welcome, welcome. We're just getting set up for Mario Kart 64. Who's excited? Woo! Yes. I'm super excited too. We don't yet have a donation that's specifically for Mario Kart, but I gotta also say Chrono Trigger was one of my favorites too. We had an anonymous donation that was made for $100 that said, "Oh man, missed almost all of Chrono Trigger. If only there were a way to go back in time and catch it from the beginning." And I have great news for y'all. You can watch all of these streams again on Twitch later. I believe they all go up on gamesdonequick.com. So you can catch all those sweet runs that you might have missed. All right. And now we are so ready to watch abney317 do his Mario Kart 64 run. Let's give it up.
All right. So this is going to be Mario Kart 64 150cc with skips. I'm Beck, abney317. I've got my brother on the couch, and Cosmic. And we'll get going here in 3, 2, 1, go.
So a lot of the tracks you're looking to get specific items because they save a lot of time by allowing you to do shortcuts. So Abney's looking to get 3 red shells here. He got him.
Nice.
That's really good luck. He got 6 red shells.
So you can see I'm in first place now. Now I'm at the end of lap 2. Now the CPUs are coming around, so they'll probably get my way. Like this banana. Alright, now I can go.
Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of luck-based parts of this run, so we're really hoping that luck will be on our side. Abney can get the right items he needs to show off a lot of the skips.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on Moo Moo Farm, there's actually no skips. But one thing we'll be able to see here is that Beck's using a lot of mini turbos. You'll see the smoke behind his cart there. It starts out as kind of a grayish color, and then transitions into yellow and then into orange. That's actually giving him a speed boost as he goes around the track.
And in order to do that, you have to like wiggle the control stick back and forth.
Yeah, it can be pretty precise to get the mini turbos down to like the point where they're really optimized to be as fast as they can possibly be, because drifting in itself is slower than just driving, but it's a lot faster when you actually throw in those mini turbos. So
right.
You want to do them as fast as you possibly can.
Right. If you can fit in one or more into a run, then, or one or more extra into a run, then that can make a big difference.
Now I put down a fake item box here in a really horrible spot, so I gotta watch out for that. Go way around it. You can see what I'm doing through these point screens is holding the start button while I'm mashing A. It actually makes the point screen advance a little bit further, or faster. It saves like a second after each track, instead of just mashing A alone.
One thing to note right there is that although the right side is tempting, the left side going around that big rock is actually faster.
The tunnel is pretty standard, would be allowed in no skips as well. And here I'm going for a glitch at the finish. So I got a blue shell, which you cannot get in first place, except for a couple specialty item boxes. There's actually a glitch at the finish line here that makes the game think you're at the beginning of the track instead of the end. Oh, backup jump.
Nice.
So hopefully I get a star here and not a blue shell this time.
Nice.
So you can see it actually flashed that I was in 8th place for just maybe a frame or two there. Lets me pick up some nice speed items, hopefully.
And another thing to note, if you want to go fast in this game, you want to pick one of 3 characters, the lightweight characters, Yoshi, Toad, and Peach. They're just way faster than the other characters. Like, in addition to just generally driving faster, they have a special property about them where if you triple tap the A button really fast, they'll accelerate, like, in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, that makes a big difference, really, that triple tap A mechanic to accelerate fast. I use a whole lot during this run. Well, I was going to slow down for items anyway, so that isn't
yeah,
doesn't really matter.
For red shells here.
All right.
Very nice.
Star is useful.
That's what we needed. I believe we'll be using that on, right now, on first lap.
Yeah, I went a little slow, so the train's not going to be in my way, so I'll go ahead and use it on lap 1.
It's actually something the developers programmed into the game, like a little secret that you could do. If you drive through the tunnel with a star, it will advance the lap counter. And you're supposed to drive through it the other way, but you can take advantage of the way they coded it by driving in and turning around and then using the star.
Oh, here comes Bowser. So I'm going to be resetting the console here right when I hit the finish. We just do a quick reset to skip the whole trophy ceremony between the cups. And I'll be on to the next cup here. All right, so here I'm jumping out of bounds on purpose, trying to get stuck here.
Nice.
So what really happened there was when you get stuck out of bounds, and Lakitu comes back, for a moment, you can't get picked up again, basically. So I have a brief period of time where I can just free roam out of bounds, and he can't get me. So because I didn't jump over the track directly, what I was trying to do there just didn't work, so I get to try this again.
Nice.
There we go. Now, since I went straight over the track below me, I actually can just jump out of bounds again right after the finish line on lap 3 here, and I'll just get warped halfway across the track. For whatever reason, the checkpoints just get messed up from doing this.
You can see on the map, he's basically getting placed down on the lower part that's very near to the part where he jumped off the side. That's how a lot of the skips in this game work. There will be like you jump out of bounds and it basically thinks that you're in an area that you're not.
All right, so we've got Fraps Snowline coming up next. This one is probably one of the easiest ones to learn. Maybe pretty well known, but we're just going to be turning around right here. So now I'm in first place. Repeat, and the race is over.
So here we're going to be starting some of the wall jump tracks, and this one can be particularly tricky. You'll see around one of these corners he's going to be doing a pretty big wall jump, and if he goes too quickly, it can be very difficult or actually impossible to hit.
Okay, so we missed it on this right there, but there's a backup you can do right here.
Nice.
There's a 10% chance you can get a mushroom even when you're in first place. Specifically on this track, that could be pretty helpful to hit the hardest reasonable skip a human could do. It would be pretty cool. Nice jump. There it is, but it's on last lap.
Yeah, too late now. So we've got some more RNG coming up. Want some triple red shells from the first item box on Mario Raceway, which is a 20% chance in 2nd through 8th. So I'll try to grab them in 2nd place, but we'll see what I end up with.
Very nice.
Ooh. That was close.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're on to Wario Stadium, and this one's pretty well known, jumping over the wall here. Got stuck on top. Not as well known jumping back over the wall, but it's the same idea. A little bit tougher though. Well, guess we're waiting here. Lightning usually loses around 4 seconds if you're driving non-shortcut, but depending on the place you get hit.
Oh, what is that?
I'm floating over the wall, okay.
Yeah, these jumps are really hard because it's like really dependent on the angle you come in and your speed you're at. Sometimes it's not even possible based on the way you're coming at it.
Nice.
There we go.
So Sherbert Land's coming up next. It's we don't really have any shortcuts on this one that are humanly possible, but some things to note are if I fall in, it's a pretty big waste of time because there's like a freezing animation that happens when you get dropped back on the track. And another common question is about the penguins here. They're always in the same places, so I pretty much know exactly where they're going to be. But other than that, this would probably be a good time for donations.
Absolutely, we got plenty. We got one from GeoTim9068 for $15 that says, Mario Kart 64, my first video game ever. Don't let Rainbow Road troll you. We got a $150 donation from Mixstar Yo that just says, Wahoo! I interpreted it that was Toad. Sorry if it wasn't. We got a $50 donation from Munchie. It says, long-time watcher, first-time donor. Amazing run so far of one of my childhood favorite party games. If only I'd been able to do these tricks while my friends were watching. I feel your pain. We got an anonymous $50 donation. It says, been watching Games Done Quick for 3 years. First time donating. Got my wife to watch since she also loves Mario Kart. Best of luck to all the racers. We got a $20 anonymous donation, but it just says, hey Abney, good luck.
You might wonder why, if there's 3 lightweights that are really good to play as to go fast, why he picks Yoshi. Isn't it just because he likes Yoshi? It's also because when he resets, he has to get back in to select the next cup, and Yoshi's the fastest of the lightweights to select on the character select screen.
I was trying to hit a little bit to the right of where I just hit to get warped up somewhere. So we'll do it here. You see I'm in first place now. And similarly here, I'm just getting warped across the track. That second one saves barely anything, though. Pretty much the game puts you up on the bridge there because it thinks that you fell off the bridge and like drove to the right side and landed in the water. So we've got another non-shortcut one coming up. Similarly to Sherbetland, all the enemies here are pretty much always the same, except for the two guys that track you in the third room. So probably another good time for donations while I'm driving around here.
Sounds good. I have a $50 anonymous donation that says, "Greetings from Sydney, Australia. I loved Mario Kart 64 as a child and decided it would be the perfect game in which to donate for the first time. Never seen it speedrun before. I'm looking forward to seeing all the cool strats I missed back in the day. Donation goes to hearing Gaston during the Kingdom Hearts 2 run, since no one has a swell cleft in his chin like him." Agreed. We had an awesome anonymous $200 donation and no comment. I have a $50 donation from Slate Blue 157. Second donation of the stream. Loved that Chrono Trigger run and looking forward to the Mario Kart run. Kill those animals. I have a $15 donation from NotKyle22. Good luck on the run, Abney. First time donating to this event. Hope the RNG does not hurt too much. A $15 donation from Trema. Love Mario Kart. I'll donate $3 for every first place and $1 for every blue shell. Keep up the great work. That's a heck of a donation plan.
Something to note is that the CPUs actually don't even throw shells in this game.
What?
So if I get hit by a shell, it's my own shell.
You might have to do it then just for the donation.
So we're going with Toad now. Not just for the fun of it, but Toad is actually slightly lighter weight than the other two lightweights, which might come in handy on Rainbow Road, but we'll see. So I'm just going to turn around here. So the finish line kind of extends out into the tunnel there, so you're kind of just hitting the finish line and then falling into the cave, and it thinks you're at the end of the lap every time. Almost.
Almost.
I was trying to hit the black line that I was just slightly to the right of, and I would have skipped a whole lap. But we have other options.
He's going to specifically drive, like there's a ton of paths on this track, but he's specifically driving around the very right side. For some reason, that makes it so that when you drive off right here, you see it put him on second lap.
That only works if you take the far right path. Now I've got this star here, so I can actually do the shortcut that I was gonna do off the start boost. I can just use the star to do it. So now when I get placed down, the race will be over. Now, something to note, the rivals, this game gives rivals pretty much, so there's always going to be 2 CPUs that kind of follow you closely. So it seems like my rivals here are DK and Peach, which is what I was actually trying to get, and that's selected during when you pick your character. So I picked Toad, and I picked him kind of slower than I normally would. Because if I pick Toad on a certain frame, DK and Peach will be my rivals. And that gives me a good chance of DK actually getting second place on this track, which is what I'm hoping happens. So you can see right now DK is in second, and we hope he stays there. So the plan is that I will try to jump off of him at the start of Rainbow Road, but we'll see how it goes. But no crazy shortcuts on this track, as far as things that humans can do at least. I'll be keeping most of my items here because I don't want to risk hitting DK.
So we've got DK in second. He can potentially get this jump off of him.
Missed the start boost, so not possible. So we'll do the pretty well-known shortcut here, just jumping across. Now I'm looking for a green shell, because hopefully I'll be able to use it for another shortcut. Gotta feed DK though. It's a pretty good chance of getting a green shell when you're in first, so Hopefully I'll get one here. No luck. And there's one more set of boxes up here that I'm just going to wait at until I get a green. All right. So I used the green to launch myself off the track because this works pretty similarly to the Fraps Noteland one. So now I'm actually at the end of lap 2, so I just skipped an entire lap. So now I'm going back for another green.
Very nice.
So now I'll be at the end of lap 3, and when I hit the finish, that will be time. And time. All right, so that's Mario Kart 64. I do want to take a second to mention that a ton of people play time trials for this game actively. So if you're really interested in this game, checking out MarioKart64.com would definitely be worth your while. And thanks for having me, guys. It's a really fun event, and I'm really glad to be here.
Wow, Abney, that just blew my mind. Congratulations on a fantastic run. I think I've learned a few things about how to play that game a heck of